are listening to the Pathfinder Guru Podcast, where we help you to become a greater leader. Join us as we take the Advent message to all the world in our generation. So, are you ready to become a guru in this ministry?
Attention. Welcome to the Pathfinder Guru Podcast, and thank you very much for joining us. I hope that you're doing well and you are safe under the shadow of God's wonderful, wait for it, wings. Oh, what a beautiful day it is. I just love it when I do my introduction. I'm in a good mood. It gives me that pump to say that, man, when we are all pushing, trying to do our best to ensure that the ministry is running at our respective clubs, things become much more easier. I've been having a challenge lately where I have been busy on a higher level than my local church, and sometimes we get overwhelmed by a lot of things that we have. You find out that, as much as you are a club director, there are some positions that you need to fill, whether it's on a district level or on an area level, because you see that if you do not do that, then other clubs will suffer. So sometimes you take it upon yourself and you do things, but along the way you get tired, you get fatigued, but somehow God is able to give you strength to overcome that fatigue. So I thank God for that. Because when we work for God, all things come together. Eventually things have to come together, whether we like it or not. But when God is within the formula, each and everything works out better. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the benefits of doing the CMT basic stuff training workshop. Why do we need to do it? The importance behind it, and just to touch on topics that you'll be doing when you're doing the basic stuff training. Now, the minimum requirement of you doing the basic stuff training is that you should be a staff member. It is open to staff members and people who are interested in the ministry. Master guides are also doing it as a prerequisite in their master guide curriculum. So you find it good and relevant that each and everyone within the club should do and participate in the basic staff training. So I really recommend everyone, whether you're a staff member, whether you're a director, even in a master guide, because sometimes as master guides, we do a basic staff training and we totally forget, but try to do it minimum at least every 3 years so that you are able to refresh your mind. Refresh is like a refresher course and you are able to stay relevant and be within the loophole. So things become much more easier for you to tackle and do. So once you are able to do the basic stuff training, you are now expected to execute each and everything within the club with ease, because now you understand what is expected of you and how to deal with children and things that you need to do to ensure that children are participating and things are running smoothly. So when we look at the curriculum, the basic stuff training course rather, you are going to touch on things like the purpose and the history of Pathfinder, adventurer. You're able to understand where we come from as a ministry so that it is very much easy for you as a director to have a reference point and always know that you are not alone. This ministry has been here for long, and once you understand that, you will be able to understand that you are not the only one that is passing through different challenges. There was some director in some particular part of the world that is going what you are going through, who has went through what you're going through right now. So it is you are able to overcome. So when you look at it like that, it becomes much more easier. You're going to understand about club organization, touching on how the structure of the club is, the leaders that are part of it, how do you organize certain things. You are able to understand each and everything so that once you are calling a staff meeting, once you are calling an executive meeting, you are understanding which constituency will be part of that particular meeting, and things become much more easier when you know that in a club organization, this is what we need to do, the structures that we need to have, the positions that we need to have, whether it's a treasury, whether it's a scribe, whether it's a club captain, you need to do that. And once everything goes smoothly, you then move to programming and planning. That's where you think about how am I going to plan my whole events? How do I place my year plans? Is it relevant? Does it make sense? Is my goals attainable, reachable? You are able to analyze those things when you have went through that part of training. Then we are coming to club outreach. When on club outreach, we touch on various ways as clubs so that we can do outreach, because once you look at it, even in the curriculum, we do have outreach, so it becomes easier for them to understand outreach, and they are able to bring in their friends, to bring in people in the community, because they have been trained at a young age that it is part of them to do outreach. And once you understand that, planning an outreach, doing all those things will be something that is easy for you to do, because you are understanding the dynamics and going deeper into detail as a leader to understand what is expected of you when organizing an outreach and the purpose of it. Followed by ceremony and drills. That's where we understand that how do we carry our flags? How do we hold ourselves? How do we present ourselves when we're doing a certain thing? How do we drill and march in a proper way? How do we do things in a certain ceremony so that things become easier for your Pathfinders to know? And once they are doing it after practice and working hard, things become much more easier. But as a leader, you need to be trained so that you can go and train others as well. Understanding the drill manual at your own division level, that will help you to guide you in executing the proper drills and ceremonies that are within your drilling and marching manual of your own division. We're going to learn about developmental growth, the stages that they grow in, things that you need to take note, behavioral changes, how to deal with each and everything that is part to developing not only the Pathfinders, but developing yourself as a leader and each and everything that is between. Because at the end of the day, we need to understand the age groups that we're dealing with and the particular stages that they will pass through, so that you are able to deal and cater for programs that are able to tackle them specifically so that they can improve and become better people, not only for the club, not only for the community, but also for the world to come. Then we slow it down a bit. Then we touch into the introduction. Teaching. How do you teach? How should you teach? It becomes much more easier when you are able to present things in a way that they are able to understand, because at the end of the day, you are saying to them, you are trying your best to receive the knowledge, and once you receive the knowledge and skills, you pass it down in your local church, in your club, in your Voyager class. You present things in a creative, fun way. You bring in new ideas which you'll be finding from that particular workshop, and once you find them in a particular workshop, you are able to deliver them in a way that they are able to understand, they're able to comprehend, and they're able to apply in their individual life. And the last thing that you're going to learn is medical risk management and child safety issues. We have touched on child related issues and safety, whereby it is our responsibility that we train people who come into the ministry interested in working with children. We are saying to them that if you are interested in working with a child, if you're interested in working with children in this particular club, this is what you need to do. We need a clearance certificate. We need you to be on a waiting period for 6 months. We need you to understand you, and so that once we give you to our children, we know that you are trained, you are skilled enough to execute each and everything that is given to you, and you are able to not only protect yourself, but protect the children as well. So as we are considering doing the basic stuff training, it is a good thing that you need to do. Don't hesitate. Do it, enjoy it, take notes, learn from it, grab the knowledge, and you will be the best leader, because you are saying to yourself that I am willing to sit down, listen, improve myself as other leaders are building me up, and carry the mandate that I receive from the Pathfinder ministry or Adventurer ministry and carry it out in a well and proper manner, because when all is said and done, all honor and glory goes to him. But for now, as we are striving, working hard, going to trainings, training our children, understanding the curriculums, may the good Lord be with us. May the good Lord guide us. You are dismissed.